Hi, my name is Antoinette Harrell, and I am in the Big Zion Cemetery located in Roseland, Louisiana. I'm at the gravesite of my grandparents. This is Josephine Richardson's Harrell grave, and this is my grandfather Jasper Harrell. You can barely see the headstones, but I'm just saying to my family members that we need to come on out and try to maintain our graves of our loved ones. I just want to move this back a little bit. So what we're going to do is take these headstones, and I want to thank my mother for helping me to get these headstones and put on the graves of her father and my grandparents. So we do have the headstones. What we're going to do, we're going to take them and mount it up on the grave itself. We'll put these flowers back right here so you can see whose grave it is. So we can do that. Yeah, we have to maintain the graves. Now there's another situation I see that's going on here. All of these are Harrells right here. My grandfather Jasper Harrell, and that's his graves right there. My grandfather made these headstones himself. He built these headstones, and as you can see, they're all fading away, and it's very hard to tell who it is on these headstones now because the imprint is really bad on here. So we have to come out here and maintain from here. His mother Emma, Jasper's mother Emma, is buried somewhere in between here, but there is not a headstone on her grave. It probably was because she died in 1948, and my grandfather, he died in, I think it was, let me make sure, my grandfather passed away in 1961. So I know my grandfather made a headstone for his own mother, Emma, who's buried somewhere there, but we don't know what happened to the headstones. But also, here's another headstone that's broken off. Let's see who is this. Who might this be? If I can read it. Just can't make that out. But I will have to come out here and see whose headstone it is. But all of these are Harrells. From this grave site there to right here. Again, my grandparents. Now some headstones have fell on the ground, and I need volunteers to come out and help me to get these headstones. Robert. This is Robert Harrell. Yeah, this is my great-great-grandfather. And so we need to pick this up and see if we can, because it's already cracked there, but we need to get those headstones up. Make sure I'm not walking in between. And there's another one here, because there's the foot of the grave. Oh, it's right here. Here it is. Let's see. Man, you can't hardly see it. All of this stuff right here, but I'm gonna do the best that I can. Okay, this is Robert, and that's Alexandria, but we need to get this off the ground here. So to the Harrells, I'm giving a call out to you to come out here and help me to reset these headstones, but these headstones are very old. And I knew it was a headstone there because so that's two that has fell to the ground. And we need to come out here and get these headstones up. All right, there is another one here. And I'm so happy I wrote it down, because that tells me how important it was to write that down so we'll know whose grave it is. But I want to say that we have to fix this. We can't let this be like that. All right, here's another Albert Harrell. One of Jasper's nephews, Jasper Harrell's nephews. I know that his sister Bertha. All of these are Harrells. So to the Harrell family, I need you to come out here with me so that we can whitewash the graves, place headstones on the graves, because we owe that to them. For no other reason than making sure that we can identify who it is that's buried right here. Now, I know my Aunt Bertha, she's out here. And let me tell you what Aunt Bertha means to me. My mother told me that Aunt Bertha, she didn't have any biological children of her own. But what she did, she lived in Chicago. She would always send a care package to her brothers with children and her sister-in-laws. And inside those care packages, there was always things like clothes, shoes, shirts, coats to help. So now we are the great nieces and nephews. And I'm more than sure that if we pull our funds together, we can put headstones on our great aunts and uncles' graves. We owe that to them. And I want to make sure that in my generation that I carry the torch that I'm supposed to carry, because my grandfather, he, first of all, he built some of these headstones himself. And secondly, in passing it down to my mother, who used to come out here and take care of her mother and father grave. And that's how I always do where the grave sites of my ancestors was, because of my mother. But again, this is graves here. From here on back is Harrell's. Let's see who this is. Okay, this is Joe Louis Harrell. Now, he had a headstone on his grave, but what happens is the sun beat it up and it was made out of some type of thick plastic. But this is Joe Louis Harrell. This is the son, the grandson of Palmer Harrell. Yep, so at least we identified one. This is Joe Harrell on the end. And I do know that my Aunt Bertha, you can see like these little bitty, you see these little things here, they are used for temporary grave markers. They're not to be utilized, and there's a spider in there. So be careful, because there's spiders out here and all kinds of things. So you make sure you cover yourself up real well. But there's a little spider. And N.A. James Funeral Home Services had this. This is a real thick, oh God, look at that little, something might live up in there too. But anyway, this was old one. And now, I don't know, here is some of the little markers here. I don't know what it says, but it has some numbers on there. So those numbers may mean 1986 or something. Let's see, 1986. Remind you the Soul Train line when you was making those little. But that's all it is. That's all I can gather out of this. But I'm gonna put this back anyway. I'll put it right back there. Hopefully that spider don't bite me. Let's see. Now here's one. I just found another one. I don't know who this is. Let's see. Nope. There's absolutely no signs of who this could be. So you know what we're going to have to rely upon? The persons who know who this could possibly be. There's 3 graves out here. And it would be very difficult for Aunt Bertha, because Aunt Bertha didn't have any children, so we wouldn't know which one of these graves. But I know there's 2 graves